Well, the trail starts out here at about 8,200 feet. There's a little bit of private property before you enter the National Forest land again, so be respectful. Here's what extreme drought looks like in mid-July in the northern part of the flat tops. Still greener and more lush than 90-something% of Colorado, probably. Leaving the private property, entering the national forest. That's what, 6 foot 2 inch wingspan with a 2 foot gap. A little mosquito-y sinkhole or something right there. But overall, the bugs have not been too bad in this dry year. One last look at the Dunkley Flat Tops area before we continue on up and crest and our view changes. Well, that must be the namesake Baldy Mountain that the trail we're on is named for. Only probably about 100 mountains named Baldy in the Rockies. That's the drainage we'll come down through. Those are the peaks over there, or I guess the ridges that I skied on back in June. Our destination, Pyramid Peak up there. Colorado doesn't usually seem to have crumb holds at about 10,000 feet. But I guess this area must get exposed to some pretty extreme weather. Interesting little snow-fed bog. Continuing up to that saddle, you can only assume, and then we'll go up to the left to Pyramid Peak. Left behind the saddle, and now it's a little bit of a grueling walk straight up the slope, climbing 400 feet or so. Still working our way up, but it is beautiful up here. I think that might be a summit block, but I'm not totally sure. That is a cool looking drainage right there. Topsy-turvy, twisted layers of rock. And summit's still just over there. And somehow I guess I'm still not quite on the summit. Getting a little smoky in the lowlands, the valleys, but air quality doesn't seem so bad up here. It's Pyramid Peak, the Colorado Flat Tops, roughly 11,500 feet, and beautiful. Now time for us to head down in a few minutes. We'll kind of take the scenic route down. We're trying to find where our trail meets up with the next one. Neat little spring oozing out of the ground right there, running down into the marshy valley.
Oh my goodness. I'm surprised this early.
Nourishment.
Yes.
No pressure. There have been a number of interesting little murky, boggy ponds on the route.
Oh wow.
Here is Round Lake. Not trying to fat shame it or anything. Round is a shape, as they say.
Just disappeared.
A couple cutties just swam by. I guess currently swimming by.
Higher water here.
Here is Long Lake. Not trying to skinny shame it or anything. You know, this is also real, this is also natural. All lakes are beautiful. Don't body of water shame. It is pretty long though, goes way over there. Here's, I guess, East Lost Lake.
That little point on the end there is neat.
Yeah. That's a funky looking tree. Again, it kind of looks like this low-lying little depression here is stunting the growth of these trees.
Yeah.
You're seeing the transformation of a lake into a meadow. We're crossing the West Fork, East Fork, Williams Fork. Somebody was either really indecisive or not creative coming up with that name. I'm sure.
Gosh, this is
So we hiked up Pyramid Peak behind this and down that drainage and back up and around. Right now the eye catcher is whatever this huge erosional landslide looking thing is.